says it's streaming live on YouTube, but I don't believe it.
Let me refresh our channel, see what we get. It says hashtag coffee scheduled for 1:15:20 at 10:46 a.m.
Yeah, we're on right now.
Nice. Hey, good morning, everybody.
Okay.
But oh yeah, there we are. I got it.
So we got 104 subscribers, so we only have 896 left to go.
All right, that's pretty good considering we only been really bugging people with this for a week or two now.
That's part of remind me what I want to talk to you about for our little biz meeting.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Please feel free to comment in the chats. Zestra, hello. That's our friend Virginia Rippert. Nice to see you, Jenny. Although maybe she's being incognito here on YouTube. I'm not sure, and I just outed her. Sue Gentry, good morning. Welcome.
Okay, awesome. So this one of the things that when we were mucking around with the gratitude shrine, it actually said that it was still streaming like hours later, but because it just when I do it through this through Zoom, it just automatically goes so that I'm actually watching it. I'm not managing it. But then if I go to create on YouTube, then I can actually get back to that management page and do stuff. So that's very, very good.
Yeah. Everybody wants to know our technical details. Hey,
yeah, exactly. I definitely did not need to get into that.
Lap Track joining us from clear across the room.
Da, 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 da.
Good. Okay, so I don't feel so bad about outing you then. Ginny says, not incognito, just a 22-year-old email address. Almost no one has an address that long anymore on the interwebs.
Right.
I think I've had my Gmail address now for about 12 years, maybe. Like the minute they became available, I got mine. So
this is the other thing too. So I just applied to become an influencer for the links chain. Just they had to stop their referrals because the Filipinos were like fucking buying phone numbers to make it happen.
Right.
Although they did their first like 5 days or 6 days, they got 50,000 new accounts.
Whoa.
So yeah, they're killing it. So now they want better accounts. Stella obviously became an influencer. We're gonna be doing that as well. But yeah, I got Corey.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Just Corey. And of course Shipple and Coffee Live.
Nice.
Yeah. So if you want to get your actual name, I would highly recommend going and trying to do that very, very quickly. And you can do that for anybody that was part of the Shipwell community. You can actually just go into your Links wallet, go down to the like if you click on your name, you can go down to the bottom where it says create a Links account for free. Just need a phone number, and you can get some names if you want to do that. Yeah, nice. It's like a real estate rush on that blockchain, which is really interesting.
Here's something I don't like about the chat interface is you can't just like or heart a comment, to let people know that you saw it. That's, hey, Chris. Good morning, Chris. Chris is in Vancouver, British Columbia, where it's snowing today. And I miss it. I wish I was there. I love the weather in British Columbia. I know that makes me a weirdo, but I lived on the lower coast. So it's not like I lived way up north. I lived
it's legit.
Out there on the coast. It was absolutely well, listen to you guys. Donna's had her email address since 1992. Sue Gentry has an AOL email address. Holy shit.
Wow. That's back in the Disney.
Yeah.
I still have my original Hotmail address. I had bus people back when I lived in a bus, and the only way to communicate with me was that Hotmail account.
Right. Nice. Sue Gentry, why don't I have an Explorer on my new Links account? I don't know what that means. I'm glad you know. Enough about that.
I believe if you're on an iPhone, and message me about that afterwards. I think if you're on an iPhone, they've had to take that out, but they're going to be putting it back on before too long.
Freaking Apple people.
That's the thing, man. They're lame. I would highly recommend if you have a PC to get the new Links wallet for PC because it's fully functional all across the board. So I'm
gonna have to do that. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, to get on that. It's worth doing. And you can post on Chirp, which is so once you have a new Links chain Links account, right? You can if you hit Explore on that, if it's working on your phone, of course, or you can do it. It works on Android, works on PC. You can go to Chirp, which is really a lot like Twitter, but where posting costs, I think, 0.1 links, which is about 2.5 cents. But then for every like, you get a links token for every like. Yeah,
I like that. We'll have to check that out. All right, so we got stuff to talk about today.
We do.
Yeah, we do. Let's see. What do we want to start with? We'll start with. Go ahead.
No, just before we start, if you could think of it, guys, please share and please hit the like button
and subscribe if you have not already.
Right, like we're nobodies on YouTube, so we're really gonna need your help to increase this. Like I said, we need. I think we have like 104 subscribers. We need 896 subscribers to get to the point where we can actually start monetizing the channel and doing some different things with it, which is our goal. So anything you could do that way would be extremely helpful. So debate, impeachment, Bernie Bros. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with debate, because really, I have to be honest. I did not watch the debate last night. I reached a level of burnout that I knew I was going to get what I needed from the highlights. And the highlight that I really needed was this amazing clip of Elizabeth Warren. So I'm going to share that now. We're going to see how this goes, because let's see. Yeah, there it is. Me too. Share computer sound. I'm a little worried about us getting in trouble for sharing this, but we'll see. Let's see.
What are you going to do?
Where's my? There we go.
I disagreed.
All right. Well, I should set the table here. One of the moderators asked Bernie if it's true that at a private meeting with Sanders last year, he said she couldn't win the nomination, which sort of translated into a woman couldn't win the presidency. And this is her response to that inquiry. He denied it. He says he never said it. It's preposterous to think that a woman couldn't win. He said what he said, and this is her response, and it's so good. Here we go.
I disagreed. Bernie is my friend, and I am not here to try to fight with Bernie. But look, this question about whether or not a woman can be president has been raised, and it's time for us to attack it head on. And I think the best way to talk about who can win is by looking at people's winning record. So, can a woman beat Donald Trump? Look at the men on this stage. Collectively, they have lost 10 elections. The only people on this stage who have won every single election that they've been in are the women, Amy and me. And the only person on this stage who has beaten an incumbent Republican anytime in the past 30 years is me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good cake right there.
So, okay, we got to move to, because I just got on Twitter. #NeverWarren is trending on Twitter.
Okay, so let's talk about Bernie Bros, because that's where that's.
So that's exactly, you remember what I said, right? Like that I mean Warren's still my second. Like and it's because I've known her for a long time. I feel like I have a pretty good beat on how she thinks, and she's logistically and logically the second best choice to Andrew Yang's policies. And because I think she's going to evolve on UBI first, and then right, whatever. But the Bernie Bro phenomenon is fucking real. Like right now, #NeverWarren is trending on Twitter.
Yeah,
and there is some. I mean, I've seen a couple of Yang blue hats posted that too, and that's going to come up on my fucking show.
That's really disappointing. And like
unreal.
the point I want to make is like we know some earnest, amazing Bernie Sanders supporters. Corey was deep into the Bernie Sanders camp in the last election cycle. Our friend Lalina Hopper, who is organizing for Bernie here in town. These are not people that are Bernie or bust people. These are people that understand that he is their best choice. But at the end of the day, if he's not the nominee, they know that they need to vote for whoever that nominee is. What they're not doing is running down other candidates in this insanely personal, stupid way.
Okay.
So you could have told yourself after the 2016 election that the Bernie Bro thing was not real. You might have said, it was overblown. It really wasn't a thing.
I said it wasn't real.
Yeah, and it is. It is absolutely a thing. And it's disgusting. And you should shut the fuck up and stop it.
Dude, that's like it. And I want to give Rio this. Like Rio always says that Bernie supporters and Trump supporters are identical, and I really fucking push back on that, because to me, Bernie supporters are still like Lalena. And I just got a text from those nurses that were organizing with Our Revolution and M4A for all whatever. It's like some nurses were organizing locally in Pasco County, right? So I just got a text from them. Those are Bernie Sanders supporters to me, right? And I still
strong on
believe
unions, strong on civil rights, right?
And just like progressives, like the vast majority of Bernie Sanders supporters, are those people, right? They are not the loudest, however, because in our current outrage culture, we fucking point and want to rip out the assholes, right? So even 5% is going to feel like a huge amount.
Like Trump supporters.
And again, I do believe this. It is a small percentage, but it is extremely vocal, and they're going to get all the news,
right?
Like they're not going to be talking about on the news that this group of like 5 or 6 retired nurses that are pushing for Medicare for all in Pasco County, right? That is a much bigger deal to me, and they're Bernie Sanders supporters, right? Like it's really messed up. Now I do have to say, fascinating data here. Ben Collins just tweeted this about Never Warren, the number 1 trend in the United States right now, which is I didn't know was number 1. That's fucked up. The top 3 tweets about the hashtag from John Pavlovitz, Mehdi Hassan, and D2 Cents, whoever the fuck that is, are all people denouncing it. So the algorithm is generating an opposite reality.
Wow.
Right. So again, it started.
Right.
But then everybody, like even the backlash, but still people using it to denounce it. And I actually saw it. I saw one blue hat, posted on that. And again, this is all just in the last 5 minutes. But I've seen 3 blue hats like, fuckers, this is not a good look. Because it's not. It's ridiculous.
Not cool.
And I mean,
also, don't think the Russians aren't going to make hay of that, right? The Russians are going to use that to full advantage.
$5 Trump tweets about it in the next hour.
Yeah, they'll be amplifying it for weeks to come. So good job helping the Russians fuck with our elections. Good job. Nice. Well done.
Right. And like and I'm sure because that whole spat, about Bernie Sanders having one of the people in Elizabeth Warren's campaigns basically told the media that Bernie Sanders said a woman can't win. Now, would Bernie Sanders have said that there's a lot of misogyny in the United States and it might be harder for a woman to win?
Yeah.
Yes. And that's fucking true. Right. So, that spat is bothering me because I think it's made up. Right. Like, I think not made up. Like, it's obviously something we need to talk about because the misogyny is like way more real than I would have thought. But again, Hillary Clinton, who was not the best candidate, who was not universally liked, fucking won that election.
Yep.
Right. So like it just shush your pants. Right.
Not by 59 votes like George W. Bush won,
Yeah. Right.
Al Gore by 3 point something million votes.
Yeah. It was 3 million.
It was a pretty substantial, victory, except for the Electoral College. So there's the Warren Sanders thing is just Dave Myers is just another fine example of the Democrats eating themselves. Yeah. We have to own that. And we've been, God knows we've been repetitive and all over this idea that we need to stop doing that. We need to have unity in our party. You don't have to say bad things about your opponent. You don't have to. You can point out policy differences, but never Warren. Come the fuck on, really?
Yeah,
so what happens when Bernie loses in Iowa? What happens then? Where do you what then?
And it's the whole. I mean, never Warren is specifically bad in my opinion, but it's the thing that I've been pushing back on since the beginning. Right? Like, anyone or bust. Shut the fuck up and imagine a 7-2 Supreme Court, and then fucking pull your pants up because you look like an idiot. Right, like the idea that they're going to put a couple, and also like the type of judges they've already put 100 circuit court judges that will literally rip away the rights of women at the drop of a hat. Right, at the lower circuits, that's already happened. That's done for life. They have that job for life. Right, so if we have a situation where it's a 7-2 court, the Supreme Court that will absolutely decide to own your fucking uterus. That will absolutely decide, that corporations are gods now, right? That you're absolutely a wage slave and you better fucking like it. That will absolutely make it so that black people are forever consigned to tiny little places and there's never going to be, you know what I mean? Like segregation could come back for the rest of your fucking life.
Right.
That 7-2 for the next 25 years minimum. Yep. It's nuts. It's nuts.
Meanwhile, Ruth Bader Ginsburg has been through cancer, continues to show up, has been sick, is
She's
holding
so
on,
rad.
holding on
God.
for you and I, holding on for you and I to elect a Democratic president so that she can retire. She's holding on for us, and we have a lot of work to do in this year. And the Never Warren is not fucking helping. So good job. I'm really disgusted by that. I'm more disgusted than I thought I would be.
Well, luckily, the fact that it's trending seems to be largely due to the outrage that anyone had the gall to utter it. So that's fun. But still, let us join that chorus of people using that hashtag to shut that hashtag the fuck down.
I'm going to drop a link in our chat buffer and talk about it just briefly. And I have not delved deeply into this article yet, but Vice has an amazing article up today. House Democrats just dropped a boatload of impeachment documents that look really bad for Trump. It's what Pelosi referenced in her press conference this morning. It's why I think they need to state that they're going to keep the impeachment inquiry open and maybe feed new articles into the process, because a lot of what was shared was from the electronic devices of one Lev Parnas, and it is damningly incriminating. The president knew, the president directed, the president participated in the effort to get the Ukraine to do his bidding. Giuliani sent a letter to the president of the Ukraine saying, "I seek a meeting on May 13th or 14th at the direction of my client, the president of the United States, Donald J. Trump." So, and in those communications also said, get Zelensky to promise an investigation of the Bidens. It's right there. That's documentary evidence that the president knew. The president was working on the. That's more characters than I'm allowed, apparently. Shit. So that link didn't work. I have to figure out how to do short links, I guess. Well, that sucks. I don't know how to fix that. I don't know how to fix it. Let me see if there's a better link. Sorry, Vamp.
That's all right. Vampity vamp, 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 vamp. I do have to. So yeah, I'm doing this. You guys might notice that I'm posting a lot, especially if you're following me on multiple things, social media platforms. I'm doing something called the Gary Vee Challenge, where people that are working in media, social media, you basically suggested that if you're not posting at scale, which is basically 100 posts a day, then you're really leaving a lot of potential on the table, I guess. So I'm playing around with that. Most people aren't going to care about that, but that's what that is.
There's the link. There it goes. Got it. Yep. Donna Arbogast. We can't let RGB down. True. Hello, Jackie Glinky. Nice to see you this morning.
Jackie Glinky.
Yang was on MSNBC this morning. Your mom, Deb, says.
Also, awesome.
Dave Chappelle endorses Yang.
Yeah, I saw that. That's fun. I was secretly hoping, and I know like Yang has too much class to do this, because I really don't. But it would have been, and it might have been kind of a Trump.
Charlie Murphy.
People were brainstorming what would be a good sort of counter programming thing to do, and basically having a town hall hosted by Joe Rogan, Chappelle, and Elon Musk. Where they ask Andrew Yang the questions that all of the people are getting, but edited so that they're cool and not stupid.
Like an Ask Me Anything with a moderated Ask Me Anything.
Right. Like, hey, Elizabeth Warren just got asked this, but this is a better question, right? Like basically do it, but not be, stod, kind of mainstream media kind of like, because there's a way that happens. Yeah. I think that would get 10 times the viewership that a debate got.
Meanwhile, Mike Bloomberg's campaign yesterday went kind of nuts on Twitter, was posting all sorts of crazy weird stuff like mirror effect kind of just non sequiturs and strange things on purpose, just to generate buzz about the Bloomberg Twitter account. So their social media people had a great time yesterday.
Good. Get this. Google anything with the word Trump in it. The very first, they might have changed it since then, but definitely test it. Tell me what the very first sponsored ad is.
Mike Bloomberg.
There
Trump's
it is.
broken promises. Enough is enough. Damn. That's awesome.
I mean, that's expensive.
Yeah.
But Bloomberg is like, I have $1 billion. Go fuck yourself.
That is pretty cool. Oh, apparently Norm Macdonald was posting on Yang's Twitter account last night as well. I don't know if you know who Norm is. You should.
I do not.
Cliff diving. Yeah, there's a sport. You're either a grand champion or red stuff on a rock.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he used to do Weekend Update on Saturday Night Live. Famous stand-up comic. Cranky, funny stand-up comic. Well, you have to be funny to be a stand-up comic. You don't have to be, but it helps. You don't have to be. Who decided Twitter was the campaign trail? Hey, Donald Trump. That's who. That's there's no question it's a powerful tool in any campaign cycle. People dedicate resources in campaigns to Twitter. There are people that work specifically on Twitter. That's true, not just of the candidate campaigns, but of the PAC campaigns, like the one I worked for. We had in Florida, there were 4 people constantly working social media for Our Future during the campaign cycle. And we came really, really close to putting a young liberal African-American Democrat in the governor's mansion. Really close, like less than a percentage point. And they're back this year, by the way. For Our Future is back in Florida. And now we have a better game plan because they know the state a lot better than they did the first time.
Yep.
And we were mentioned as difference makers. That made me very proud on election night to hear people at the network level saying, hey, groups like For Our Future did a lot of groundwork in Florida and Ohio and Michigan and other places.
I just saw, I'm trying to remember his name, Ben. He's been on the Majority Report a few times. Smart guy, very progressive. I would bet all of my money that he's a Bernie Sanders supporter. He said that he tweeted out something a little earlier today, basically saying like something really weird happened to me last night. I think Steyer is my number 2.
You know what? Steyer is a surprisingly engaging man.
Right.
I was on a couple of motivational conference calls with him. He was the primary funder For Our Future, the group I worked for in the 2018 cycle. And on the telephone, he is engaging. It's tough. There's 100 of us organizers on a conference call listening, and trying to get, at the end of our long, stupid day at 9:00 at night, wanting nothing more than to just turn it off and go eat dinner. But Steyer kept your attention, and he was going to come to one of our training seminars in Orlando, and he just couldn't make the connection to get there. But honestly, if I'm going to pick a billionaire in this race, it's going to be it's going to be Steyer. It's not going to be Bloomberg. But I want to talk again about whether or not Mike Bloomberg has any potential to win in this race. He is spending money to make sure that the message is out there that Donald Trump is not the answer. Furthermore, he has now said that if he does not win the nomination, he will continue to support whoever the nominee is and spend money on their campaign and on their advertising. That's phenomenally important. I can't, until we get billionaires out of the whole process, I can't begin to tell you how important it is that he's in the race for that reason. Yeah, Donovan Meter, my roommate, laugh track. I will remember the FOF conference call with John Lewis for the rest of my life. Donna was listening in when John Lewis, who spoke to us about. She's crying now.
11:04 a.m.
Yeah,
crying on the interwebs.
John Lewis. I had canvassed the neighborhood that had no trespassing signs, no soliciting signs. It's one of the little private entry trailer parks, mobile home communities where all the retirees live. And I had actually walked that neighborhood before and not gotten caught and thrown out, but I did. I got caught and chucked out by the 2 security goon guys in the golf cart. And I felt really bad. I felt embarrassed. I felt ashamed. But I listened to John Lewis, and I went back there the next day. I was like, if I'm going to get in trouble, I'm going to get in good trouble. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I agree with you, Dave. Dave says, I wish Castro would have hung in longer. I like that dude. He's not gone, right? He could be somebody's VP pick. I would not be at all upset with an Elizabeth Warren, Julian Castro ticket. I think that's a possibility. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. My price is cheap too, Chris. I can't believe that it'll elect me mayor. I mean, I'm like $500. I'm your dude. So looks like Scott Tremblay, the mayor of Port Richey, is going to run unopposed. Nobody else has signed up to run yet.
I'm sure that'll go well.
Yep. Is it bad that I don't want another billionaire president? No, it's not bad. If your toilet breaks, you don't call an electrician. We need someone with political knowledge as president. That idea, we need to run this country like a business. No, we fucking don't. We need to run it like a nonprofit organization that does the most good for the most people with with minimal administrative overhead. So no, the way businesses are run is maximizing profit at the expense of people.
Right.
Let's not do that.
Yeah, that's definitely not the way.
No, it doesn't make you a bad person at all, and it's totally it's part of what's wrong. It's part of what's wrong. Remember the moment when George H.W. Bush didn't know how a grocery scanner worked. He didn't know how much a gallon of milk was. Why? Because they're so removed from having to do that stuff for themselves that they don't know how any of it works. And I don't think that's who I want for a president.
I really got the impression that was the biggest issue with Hillary Clinton too, is that you get to the point where you don't remember anymher.
Right.
I mean, I think Bernie Sanders is going through that, even though like that, his whole ethos is all out there, whatever. But like for a super wealthy guy, because he is now, and great for him, right? Yeehaw. When asked about UBI to say, no, people just really want to work. Motherfucker, how?
Right.
Like, is that the primary stress element when you have a stay-at-home mom because you got 2 autistic kids, or just a stay-at-home mom, right? Or all the jobs that are in coal country get lost or whatever. Are you stressed out because you are not actively engaged in doing something for someone else? No, it's because you can't pay your healthcare bills. You can't buy lunch.
Right.
It's money, right? It's super weird that he just like blows over that distinction and like is really just on this dignity of work. So we have to get this federal jobs guarantee, which is an awful fucking idea.
It's
right?
better than what we have now, right? It's not as good as the other idea.
Right. Like it absolutely is better than what we have right now. That is absolutely true. And there's supposed to be conditions in it that basically are, it has to be used for climate change related things as part of the Green New Deal or whatever. There's contingency or whatever. But just imagine Trump running it.
Yep. Your mom reminds us that Trump thinks you need ID to buy groceries.
Wait, you don't need ID to buy groceries?
Depends on how much liquor you're buying with your groceries,
yeah, right.
I guess.
He's only ever bought Cristal at a grocery store because they have that drink, there. Though.
He's a teetotaler, is the story.
Yeah, when you're sniffing Adderall like it's fucking air,
going out of style, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like they quit making it.
He can't drink alcohol because he would have a bad reaction with his Adderall system.
Maria Richards, 100%. Democracy is not a private business. They're supposed to work for us, the people. Again, supposed to. Donna Van Meter, 45, is maximizing his own personal profit at the expense of the American people. 100% accurate. Donna Arbogast. This is the mistake that Bernie is making. This is the world that he lives in. My mom is of that same generation. It shouldn't require 2 working people to run a household, period. True. My mom had the leisure to choose what she wanted to do for most of her life, and she chose to work. Right. She could have stayed home with my brother and I. She chose to get her education degree and become a teacher, and then to go into business as an insurance agent, and now working in counseling. And at 75, she's saying, I think I'm kind of done. I don't know if I want to do this much longer. And I'm like, 8 years ago, I thought we'd already made that decision, that she was about ready to be done. So, but that's her choice, right?
Yeah.
That's her choice.
And that is the sum. Like every time people make the argument about UBI that people just wouldn't work anymore, that's the story they need to hear. It's like in almost no cases is that going to be the case. Now,
right.
And Michelle actually brought this up. She's like, if that was the case and we knew that it was certain that it was never going to get taken away, I'm not 100% sure that we wouldn't just take 6 months off, get a van, and go fuck off.
Right. And having the option to do that.
Right.
Is pretty amazing. Right.
And that's because I mean, I would.
I think about the transformative nature of that money in the hands of homeless people. That's the one thing.
It's unbelievable. That's why, like, I get physically angry at progressives. Yeah. Well, I stopped listening to the Majority Report. Right? Like Sam Cedar on the Majority Report is pretty awesome, but like Michael Brooks, who's his like kind of.
Whoop! Did we lose you?
Second in command there, whatever.
There you go. Yeah.
Keeps saying that UBI is a Trojan horse. No, I'm still there.
For fuck's sake!
Like it's obscene, right? Like. Yeah. Oh, no, he's trying to kill the welfare thing. Welfare that is only working for 30% of the people that it's supposed to be working for.
And it's means tested.
Right.
Like if you qualify for welfare, like you have to continue to requalify. Public assistance is not the easy ride that people, I don't know why, think it is. It isn't. It absolutely isn't. It's constantly stressful. Every time you have to get the phone call from the SNAP benefits people for your food stamps to recertify. it's gut wrenching. It's gut wrenching, and you have to scramble around and find documents and prove that you are, still doing what you are doing. It's not easy. It's means tested, and that's bullshit. $1,000 a month, everybody. And I think about that money not just in the hands of the homeless, but every waitress and waiter and line cook,
yes,
and carpet layer and tile man, everybody I know. These are not people that are going to stop working, but what they're going to do with that extra $1,000 a month is spend it on appliances and cars and things that you buy in your local community.
I saw one of them. There was this one part of one particular study where some sort of lower middle class people literally just saved it all, and these progressives said, "Well, that shows you that that's not working because they're just banking it."
Oh, for fuck's sake. That's the only way they have to bank anything. That's the only way they're ever going to have the wherewithal to bank anything.
A massive, like close to 50% of boomers don't have any retirement savings at all. None. Yeah. Right? And you're mad that suddenly people are able to save for the first time ever? Like, that aren't just it's been. I mean, you can probably hear the frustration in my voice. Like, I don't understand it. I'm so amazed that you could be so ideologically or maybe tribally locked into a candidate that it breaks your fucking brain.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just look at Trump supporters. But I thought we were better than that. Like, not a little bit, but completely.
Turns out
I was wrong.
Yeah. I mean, like, I like the meme going around that says, as a kid, I thought that the reason people were stupid was because of lack of information. Turns out that's not it at all.
No.
Because there's plenty of information out there. And some of it's actually good, useful information. All right. We ready to wrap this up, you think?
Yeah. I mean, I just got all riled up.
Nice. We did like a half hour on Facebook, a half hour on YouTube. We're like doing our internet thing.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up to this was my 32nd post today, and it is 11 o'clock in the morning.
Nice. We need you guys to subscribe if you have not already, and like the videos as you see them.
Yeah, there's 20 concurrent viewers right now. I've never actually shared off of YouTube, so if you could do that, let me know how easy it was, what it was like.
Really easy.
Share to Facebook, share to Twitter, share all over the damn place. Well, speaking of which, why don't I'll just do that right now.
You hit the share button, and it gives you options for where to share it, whether you
hitting
want to copy
share.
The link.
Ooh, and now because I'm on my computer, I can go Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and share them all.
Right. Dang. Nice, huh?
Okay. And that's actually on my list to do anyway, so I'll do that.
Yeah, Donna, our guest, says it's not just boomers, Corey. I had to stop doing Q&A work at work because it broke my heart to hear people calling with family members who had Alzheimer's. They had no recourse but to care for them at home.
Yeah, it just that's the thing. Like the idea that
healthcare,
the idea that the economy is doing good when people are that on the bubble.
Yeah. Healthcare is so complicated that only 31 of the 32 industrialized nations have figured out how to provide it.
I love that quote. That's really, really good.
Come on, man. We can do better.
Oh, man.
We must do better. Or we face a whole generation of people my age and younger. I'm 50. I'll be 56 in June, who are, I have no money. I have no resources. I have no assets at all. If I had an emergency, if our car dies, we're out of a car. We're done. We don't have a way to replace it. That's the reality for half of the people in my county right now.
Yeah.
50% of the population in my county.
Speaking of which, you can go to solocal.live and hit the donate button. Right now, we're still under just paying for the costs that we incur for all the systems that we use to do this. But it wouldn't hurt our feelings to get some regular support. That's actually why, if all you can do is share this out and help us get some subscribers on this, we're looking to monetize on YouTube. There's a couple different ways that we can do that. That's kind of our goal. But we do have our own donation system. Huge thank you to the people that have been donating.
We're super humbled by your donations.
Yeah, I mean it's been helping. Well, it's the only reason why I could keep doing this, just because we've got the expenditures that we've been putting out are just about covered on a month-to-month basis. So that works out really, really well. But it would be fantastic, if we could get some more monthly subscribers. And actually buy ourselves some coffee while we're at it.
And really, we have a plan to roll some of that back into how we provide services and what we can do. So make the show better, make us better, make this a better platform for people.
Yeah. Yeah, Susan just sorry, go ahead.
Okay. No, you first.
Yeah, Susan said yes, I could use it now that I'm caring for my mom at home. Gave us the little income I had. Yeah, I mean it's that's why I keep screaming about it.
We can do better.
There's almost no situations where it isn't awesome.
Yep. Let's fix it. So get out there, find a candidate you can support, get out there, knock doors, join your local Democratic Party or progressive organizations that are out knocking general purpose knocks. We're going out and asking people what's important to them at the doors already in this season. And I say we because I know people that are deeply entrenched in that work, and they are always looking for volunteers. Knocking 25 doors in your neighborhood is one of the best things that you can do to change things in the 2020 election cycle.
That's huge.
I know it's anxiety inducing. I know you don't want to interrupt people. Some people are not going to be receptive. Nobody likes to be told to fuck off, get out of my yard, but that happens rarely. That really is a rare thing. People, maybe are a little suspicious and shy when they come to the door. But if you're capable of starting a conversation, you'll find out amazing things, as Corey did when he went out with me during the last cycle. And we met an elderly couple who were fairly conservative and had lost a son to a gun crime, and were deeply ingrained in providing better gun control measures. And it was pretty amazing. It was pretty amazing. We had maybe a half-hour conversation with these folks.
That was I mean, one of the only memorable parts a year later, right? Like I definitely, and going with people was awesome too. Like going with Greg was fun. Just the walking and stuff. But yeah, it's huge. That was actually in the wilderness.
Yes.
The first 2 episodes of the wilderness are out, brought out by the Pod Save America
Crooked Media,
crew.
Pod Save America. Yep.
Very worth listening to. Anyone that hasn't listened to the one they did post 2016, it's how they won 2018. Like it really is.
I'm going to put a link to the podcast in the
to work
in the thread before we're done here. Season 2 is out. I really, honestly, you should listen to season 1 as well. It is absolutely amazing. And it's it opens with them all predicting that Clinton was going to win. They didn't have any fear. And it delves into why we didn't get where we needed to be in 2016.
Oh my God.
And how
that's
the
like the
Party got here.
Yeah. The first 15 minutes of the Michael Moore movie is like getting repeatedly kicked in the gut.
Yep.
It's so hard.
All right, man.
Anyways,
we're gonna have a little business meeting offline, and I don't know what that's about. That's interesting. And then we'll be back on what's today? We'll be back on Friday morning, 10 o'clock, right here on YouTube. We're not going to go on Facebook Friday.
Yep.
So you need to subscribe. That way you get a notification. There's a little bell at the top right of your screen when you're watching this for notifications. You can turn on notifications, and we really want to see you join us on Friday. And then on Sunday, we're going to do a special gratitude exercise from within our newly built Minecraft world, which is monster free. At this time, and you can join us either in the game if you have Minecraft Java Edition, or we're going to live stream it here on YouTube. So you can come in and express something you're grateful for, and if you want us to, we'll actually put a gratitude sign up in our little Minecraft world expressing your very short. It has to be something very short, something you're grateful for, and we'll put it up on the shrine. How about that? Yeah,
that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. That's going to happen Sunday morning at 10 o'clock Eastern. So There you go. That's our schedule. Friday morning, 10 o'clock, show here on YouTube, science and other stuff, including the thing about biological, microscopic biologic robots.
Machines, yes. Well, and so after reading it, it's like it's one thing to have so they basically use stem cells, but then they used AI and algorithms from those stem cells to run a simulation of it, and then evolved iterations of it until it got what it liked in the not in the real world,
right?
And then they basically somehow fed that into the stem cells into the organism so that it became this thing that could kind of move around and do things that were programmed functionally, but then evolved iteratively using AI algorithms and deep learning. Like, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
It's super weird. Jackie messaged us, especially if you have a computer, we would love to have you there. We've got 5 spots left, and you can come in and hang out with us and look at what we're doing. We have a whole world too, so if you want to just come in and mess around, we can give you a little bit of a tour.
Like starting that way means that you would have we'll provide you with tools and stuff, and it's a safe world to play in, so you can learn how the thing works. So what you need is the Minecraft Java edition for PC. It's about $20 online. And we would love to have you join us for that. Do it. Learn it. It's amazing. It's like you had every Lego set in the world, and you can make machines. I made an automatic composter. Yesterday.
Yeah, he's crazy like that. Donna asked, "Is this the cyborgs they built using frog DNA?" They are not cyborgs. Yes, but they are not cyborgs because they don't have any mechanical pieces. Oh. It's just biology that has been programmed.
No, this is different than that, but
it's effectively purpose-built artificial life that used to be related to a frog.
That's pretty crazy.
It is crazy.
Pretty crazy.
Yes.
Yep. Oh, cool. Jackie says she was going to get it for B anyway. So good. Yeah, join us. Our world is a peaceful world where we share with each other. We give people a way to make stuff. We have projects going on. We need this much granite, and you can go just mine granite to your heart's content.
Important. Make sure that you're on a computer and that you get the Java version of Minecraft.
Donna, it'll work on a Mac. The Java version does work on the Mac, so you're good.
Cool.
$20. Get in it. Get on it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah. All right. So let's wrap this up. And what do we always say at the end of the show, Corey?
We say that the Sasquatch is real.